The Rock
Did you see him
is
as
a worse
Tarzan?
actor than DiCaprio. Mark Wahlberg, I think, is not as good as DiCaprio. Like, DiCaprio's an average actor.
I think Wahlberg's pretty good.
I think he's pretty good too. But like
DiCaprio is an
it was stupid. The Happening. I like Kevin Bacon was better. John Goodman was better in that than DiCaprio could have done. I feel like I watch him and it's just fucking lame. Lame is like too strong.
He's brought up Daniel Day-Lewis or
Philip Seymour
like
Hoffman is fantastic.
Well, yeah, he's very, very good, but not anymore. I mean,
not anymore. Yeah, now he plays a corpse well.
Mm-hmm.
I haven't seen him do anything lately.
No,
I just think he could pull off a corpse.
Just lies
been sober
there.
for a while.
He's been sober for a while.
Reddit does that every time the anniversary of his death comes around. They're like, "Great job, Philip Seymour Hoffman, 4 years sober," and it's a laugh every year.
It works
twice this year.
It works with everyone.
I've seen it for Amy Winehouse. That's the one
Whitney
I've seen
Houston.
it for. Oh, Whitney Houston.
Yeah.
Mm-hmm.
I remember Guns for Hire took Amy Winehouse's death really hard, and it like wasn't a joke. Like he was, I guess every so often, like, have you guys ever connected to a celebrity death?
Yeah.
Which one? Chiz says Carlin.
I'm trying to think of the one that impacted me most. If you have one on the top of your head, Kyle, you can go.
No,
I think Christopher Hitchens, that really sucked. I really liked watching his debates and reading his articles, and when he died, that was shitty.
I'll be sad when Clint Eastwood dies.
Yeah, I'll be sad when Clint Eastwood dies. Kind of, like, not like as much as Christopher Hitchens, I don't think. Who else?
Christopher Walken. When he dies. It's just mostly actors who have passed away. So here's when I regret an actor's death. It's the most selfish of reasons. It's when I can't get any more content out of them, or when there was gonna be some content, like, oh shit, he was gonna play Doctor Doom, like he was perfect for that. Cumberbatch died or Batch died, That's what I would really be sad about. It wouldn't be that we lost fucking Sherlock because I don't give a shit about that show. It wouldn't be because we lost Benjamin because I don't
There's
really
a couple of
Heath
Ledger. When Heath Ledger died, I had kind of just discovered him. Like, I didn't see Brokeback Mountain when it was like hot. I have seen it like on DVD or something, but I was late, to the Brokeback Mountain thing. And I watched him because he did so well in The Joker. I wanted to see another thing from him. And then he died, killed himself, I guess, right? And it was like,
OD,
oh man, he was. Oh, was it OD?
Yeah.
I thought it was intentional, my mistake. But I just wanted more Heath Ledger stuff, and it's like, well, shit, no more Heath Ledger stuff ever. Well, Philip Seymour Hoffman.
That's one of the things. Like your DiCaprio point, I will take with Heath Ledger in that his acting, like, file, I guess, dossier, whatever, is so bolstered by his appearance as the Joker that all of his other roles get pushed aside. And it's not until you go watch most of his other movies, like A Knight's Tale.
I like A Knight's Tale. That's great.
He's not good in it. The Joker is the one role that he was really good. Go watch.
He was really good in Brokeback.
Have you seen it?
It is not a good movie, Chiz. It's just like watching The Goonies. At the time, you're like, man, this is the shit. And then you go back and you're like, what the fuck was I thinking?
Dude, I've seen it recently. I like it. I like how like it's medieval, but they're singing Queen songs. I like that. I like that. I love it. I like when they dance and all of a sudden it becomes some sort of modern dance. I really enjoyed all of that.
Can't. Anytime a movie, someone goes back in time and they show some wench how to pop and lock it, and she's getting it, and they're all dancing around.
What happens.
Oh, there's a boiled duck, and they're eating the shepherd's pie, and it's just old timey, but they're getting along and having fun. And what's this technology? So crazy. I can't handle it.
That wasn't the case here, though.
It enrages me because what would really be happening is he would start the first step of popping and locking, and he would be on fire, strapped to a stake before he could blink.
Witch!
Yeah.
Witch!
Yeah, they're just dead.
I think that was a real issue back then. Our friends Saudi Arabia, they still have a Federal Bureau of Witchcraft and Wizardry Detection.
I think you're lying this time. This time I detected it.
All right. So now here's the thing. Hands up! Come on, hands up! Come on, hit your hands up. Let's see them. I don't want you to fact check this, Woody. It's not fair if you fact check me. So do you want to put money on whether they have a Witchcraft and Wizardry Detection Bureau that fucking detects those motherfuckers?
No, I don't.
And on top of it, they put a few to death every year, at least one or two. Well, Chiz has spoiled the bet. Like, we can go ahead. Yes, it is a thing. It is true, and all of those things I just said are accurate.
No, except for the fact that there is not a Bureau of Witchcraft and Wizardry.
That's
it's
Harry
just
Potter.
the religious police.
I'm pretty fucking sure that's what they call it.
Chiz, would you look up?
It's not the Orlok Watch.
It's Witchcraft, though. It's a little different.
No, what was I gonna say? Bureau of Witchcraft. I lost my train of thought.
Yeah, that's scary that there are places in the world where that could still be the thing that does you in. Is that someone gets a hair up their ass and they're like, you know what? God damn, that guy shows up to work 4 days in a row and the boss doesn't even notice. Some sort of wizardry, a spell of illusion to keep them from noticing, and then suddenly he's a wizard and dead.
Actors that we wish didn't die for selfish reasons. I said Philip Seymour Hoffman. We didn't talk about him much, but I didn't really. He never. Well, maybe he did at some point, but I didn't see him lead many movies. Like, he wasn't a leading man, probably because he wasn't that handsome.
No, he led a couple.
Did he?
Oh, the one with Joaquin Phoenix. It's the Master. The Master.
Oh, that's good.
They shot that in some kind of wide film or something. I don't remember. It might have been 70 millimeter. It's amazing. It's very good.
He's like a cult leader.
She's wrote Mission Impossible 3. I have a hard time saying he was the lead in that Tom Cruise movie.
No, he's the villain.
Yeah, that's also not that great of a movie.
You know what I did? I don't know if I've discussed it before, but I watched the final Mockingjay movie, and they had to CGI much of Philip Seymour Hoffman in that movie, and they did a fairly good job at it. It was pretty good.
You know what they should do? They should have just picked some other fat, bearded guy. So just one scene, he's there, and it's really dramatic, and he leaves. And then the next one, Seth Rogen comes in. He's like, "Oh, you ready to fight?" Oh, and that's just
smoking pot. Just like, because he's Seth Rogen.
Yeah. Yo, dude, the 420th district, and then just. It's so obnoxious.
I like Seth Rogen. I really do.
It's addicting, though. Yeah.
Yeah. I like Seth Rogen and his movies. All those guys that came from what was that show they were all on? We were talking about it last night, Chiz.
It's not the whitest kid you know.
Freaks and Geeks.
Freaks and Geeks.
Freaks and Geeks.
Yeah,
that was a good show. I
It
like
got canceled so soon.
Yeah, like a
first season. One
Yeah.
season in got canceled.
I watched that. I was telling Chiz, I watched that when it was coming out, and it was on the airwaves, if you will. So I liked it. I couldn't believe it got canceled.
I liked it a lot too. I was also I was bummed that it got canceled. I don't know why. They have low ratings.
But what a talented cast they had. If they only knew what they had on their hands there.
The guy with the big teeth, who's tall and skinny, who's the younger kid's friend, he's the bearded guy in Silicon Valley now.
I don't watch that.
Catch that? Oh,
Silicon
dude,
Valley
you would
is
love
good.
that show.
That's
Silicon Valley is one of the funniest shows on TV right now.
And
You guys ever watch?
Dude,
What's it like? What's it similar to?
God, it's so.
Do people die in it?
It's a comedy. People don't die.
Is there sex?
No, and I hear you. These things would be a negative.
It's
for
an
me,
HBO
too.
show.
All right.
Is there cursing?
Yes,
there's a lot
cursing.
of cursing.
There's
It's
plenty
very
of cursing. Here it is. It's a bunch of guys. They live together in this incubator. It's a thing that happens in Silicon Valley. They all work on their startups. One guy sort of gets a home run, and he hires all the other people around him, and they are trying to take this startup idea company and get it funded and make it big. And there's all sorts of complications along the way. The thing is, it's done in an HBO way. If this were a CBS show, it would suck. For example, let me lay out a scene. There's one programmer who works better on Adderall, but he's kind of a sissy or whatever, and he tries to get Adderall, buy it from some local kids on the street because they have a prescription and they're 12 years old, and the 12-year-olds are pushing back, not having it, whatever. So then a bigger guy comes and he's like fucking up the 12-year-olds, but he's not giving them that like 12-year-old respect. He's like, like he's current, like, bitch, you're gonna give me that Adderall, I will fuck you up, but to a kid, and they're on bikes,
That sounds fun.
It is fun, yeah.
All right.